Hey, yo.
In my first Artesian Build video, I waited till I assumed the last shoe had dropped. Well, I was wrong. The last shoe dropped, and it was a steel-toe boot from the Empire State Building on Noah's balls. Gamers Nexus came out with a video just hours before mine had dropped due to scheduling, with juicy info. In fact, more juicy info than an insider trading tip for Nancy Pelosi with a side of gin. Gamer Nexus delivers its consensus on the Artesian flop like Walter Cronkite if he was 60 years younger and an avid metal concert goer.
Multiple now former staff at Artesian, the CEO and the COO ran their West Coast and their East Coast branches somewhat autonomously or at least independently of each other, where the CEO is off pursuing his projects of building marketing-focused PCs. There's nothing wrong with that as long as it's for the sake of the company and not just to meet Twitch streamers.
It's not quite a box. It's a little different than a box. It's a little different than a box.
Let's tilt the camera a little bit. There you go. There you go. There you go.
We have a standing desk. It's actually huge.
Cute. It's so cute.
Oh dear.
This clip here explains why there are so many locations. Noah literally made his San Francisco branch for the sole purpose of rubbing elbows with popular Twitch streamers. Holy Jesus. Imagine having enough money, right? Like really, just think about it. Close your eyes and you're with me here. You now have enough money to buy a BMW i8. And it like you don't sweat it. You're not worried about payments, nothing. You're cruising through San Francisco. You're hitting the beaches that probably don't have homeless people in this fantasy.
Places like the Hollywood Walk of Fame and along the iconic Venice Boardwalk.
Any and everywhere you go, in and out of stores, homeless, homeless, homeless.
You're probably on Tinder picking up bimbos left and right. You're wearing your Star-Lord jacket. But this dude, instead of doing that, he wanted to be linked to Amaranth and Moist Critical. Like, bro, if my family had enough money for me to be a flake, I'd be like Hunter Biden, dude. No lie. You'd see me passed out in a bed full of hookers with a crack pipe hanging ever so coquettishly off my bottom lip. I smoke the good crack, baby. They get healthy chickens to piss in my crack when I hit New Mexico.
And I think I tasted egg and cinnamon.
Instead, this dude's chased around Twitch streamers. God, I wish I was rich. I wouldn't be doing this. So Noah gets in contact with Gamers Nexus, and he begins to fangirl Steve.
Hey, Steve. I wish our first meeting could have been on different terms, of course. You're one of my idols in the tech world. Let's chat today. There are just so many things happening, and I'm being pulled in a million directions all at once. You are, of course, invited out here anytime. You can text me. 3 X's. Looking forward to hearing from you. Noah!
He's kinda gay.
It's not gay, come on.
I don't know, man. Seems kinda gay to me.
Now, after this fantastic, very LA message to, like, Gamers Nexus, who I'm pretty sure isn't used to LA smoozery. Smoozery? Is that how you say it? It's a lot of smoozing in LA. Noah's like, I'm gonna butter up Steve like a lobster tail. He's gonna want to be my best friend after these emails.
We're gonna be buddies, we're gonna be pals, we're gonna wrestle around.
So after he sends Gamers Nexus this message, he freezes the bank accounts within 24 hours or so. I probably got the timeline wrong, but I was kind of phasing in and out because I'm so done of Artesian Builds. I don't really care. But it is fairly funny. He's like, oh,
Everything's all sunshine and rainbows, opportunities left and right. Hold on, it's my banker. Yes, that's correct. I do want to freeze all of those things. Don't give anyone a goddamn refund. Do you hear me? I've got the new Star-Lord jacket on pre-order, you food. Anyway, Gamers Nexus, we're going to have some sushi. I'm going to drive you my i80.
After that, he tells employees to cease sending refunds for PCs people will never get. The whole time he's stoked about his interview with Gamers Nexus stuff.
Your thoughts?
What?
Won't you please hit the subscribe button, please?
Can we stop this cruel game?
shred of dignity? For God's sakes! I can't stand to see him in all this pain! You vicious bastards!
I don't know. It's actually kind of crazy in some levels. It's like, this dude is wild. And I don't even know why the hell he wanted to do an interview with Gamers Nexus. But then again, this dude is like got like a boner for certain internet personalities. And it's a really eclectic mix. Like, how the hell do you go from Amaranth to Steve at Gamers Nexus? It's a total 180-degree shift in terms of people you want to be around. It's like one day you want to hang out with a crack whore, and then the next week you want to chill with Obama. I don't get it. But anyway, while this is going on, he wants to do the interview of Nexus, which would end terribly for him, because Nexus isn't going to be his friend. Gamers Nexus had this to say in the reply email.
Hi, Noah. I appreciate the candor. Please keep in mind that this ultimately isn't personal. It's about the state of nature of Artesian. While I appreciate your kind words, I'll be keeping it professional as we work through the possibilities. We are not interested in any phone conversations at this time. All communication should be considered on the record and publishable.
God damn it, Steve. Don't you understand? The dude is just wanting to hang out with you. Like, these email correspondence is like a dude hitting on a chick, it feels like to me. It really does. Noah's like, you give me a call. We'll have a little chat. I'm sorry, sir. We're keeping it very professional here. Employees at Artesian Builds then caught wind that there was possibly going to be a Gamers Nexus interview. And honest to God, maybe these people working there really didn't know Noah. I don't know this guy, and I already know how he operates. Some of them were like,
can the builders just go on there and be like, look, man, we're ready to build some kick-ass PCs?
No, you fool. Noah gets to go on there because he's the star of the show.
You want someone to talk genuinely and talk well? I'll do it. We need someone with good PR skills and genuine interests for the company and the employees.
But, like, how do you figure Noah would let you? Noah's going to go on there and save the company himself. He's going to be on that channel with damn near 1 million subs representing Artesian Build. Not you, you worker drone. I'm pretty sure, like, other employees must have not even bothered replying to this. Like, yeah, Noah's going to go on there and throw gasoline on a fire. Here's some excerpts showing that the Artesian Builds accounts were frozen and the employees reacting to it.
Thanks for letting us know this bank account freeze development is not something I've been provided any info on. It's also noted that our team aren't able to get on our company Twitter at this time due to the password change.
Oh yeah, I remember Noah did that. He then said it was like due to DDoSing or something. And people in the chat were like, yeah, sure, show us the proof.
I wasn't aware of that. Let me try and look into it. Noah, with guidance from legal, said to stop doing refunds yesterday. Now people are not getting the money for refunds that were completed at some point before that?
Wait, that doesn't make sense. What legal team would sit there and go, don't give refunds if people want a refund? What?
If you have an outstanding build with Artesian right now, you need to just pause this video and immediately initiate a chargeback and get your money back, because they will not refund you.
I mean, granted, I'm not a legal master myself, but that doesn't sound like a smart move.
I know that's not legal in the EU. If we don't ship in 30 days and they ask for a refund, we are required to send it in 7 days. And a lot of US states also have the same.
Thank God somebody there is not drinking the Noah flavored Kool-Aid.
Statements that Noah Katz had allegedly demanded a cessation of all refunds to customers, and the chat continued to debate the legality on this, but obviously has no recourse in going against the orders handed down from on high. This, by the way, is exceptionally slimy, because denying refunds to people, especially if you know you're about to fire your entire team, obviously means you're just trying to take the money and run and pay off whatever debts you might have and move on, rather than doing, the right thing.
Noah, being this generation's Star-Lord, decided to put everyone's worries to rest and reassure everyone that everything was fine. This man is a charismatic leader. I think I want a Star-Lord jacket.
Hi, folks. This past week has been a difficult and chaotic time for everyone here. While I have been working around the clock to help stabilize the situation, I would now like to share an update to the team about where we are. At this time, we are continuing to seek support for Artesian Builds so that we can restart the order flow and continue to ship awesome PCs, which will help us recover from the current situation. Important conversations are slated for this coming week and have not yet occurred. For now, the company will continue to fulfill existing orders from stock on hand to the best of our ability. We will have more to say in the coming days. Gamers Nexus isn't like an immediate tomorrow thing, but I love Steve. We'll see.
That's a lot of positivity for a man whose ship is burning around him. Hey guys, I know a lot of you are worried. I told you not to send refunds. And I know some of you believe that this may be legally stupid. but yeah.
And I apologize, but politically speaking, you are damaged goods.
Right after trying to put everyone's fears to rest while also promoting the fantastic interview of Gamers Nexus that seems like a positive turning point, he fires everybody.
Boy, that escalated quickly. I mean, that really got out of hand fast.
It jumped up a notch.
It did, didn't it?
Working for Artesian Builds, through all of the BS and drama, the bad leadership must feel like getting chopped in the throat and then doing a flare flop into the mat.
As I mentioned yesterday, I have been spending the past week working relentlessly across many areas on the back end, attempting to secure the vital funding necessary to sustain company operations.
He was talking to his mother and father.
While that process is continuing, my mother and father are really being stingy. I have an important announcement to share. Effective immediately, Artesian is imposing a full freeze on all business financial activities to ensure fair treatment of everyone involved with Artesian, including customers, creditors, and employees. Artesian is undergoing a financial analysis by outside counsel for reorganization purposes and is freezing all payments of any kind pending recommendations made by counsel. Sorry, Bobby, I know your daughter needs braces, but we can't cash your check right now. Oh! Sadly, as part of this freeze, all employment for all employees is suspended effective immediately. And until further notice, Artesian hopes that it can reverse these layoffs in the future. But at this time, Artesian simply cannot continue employing anyone until the outside analysis is fully completed. We don't have any further information to share at this time, but expect to learn more by the end of March. I want to sincerely thank every single one of you on this talented team for the hard work and dedication that you have brought to the company. If financing does come, then we can potentially get back into action. We'll see.
It's over.
And it's gone.
What?
It's gone. It's all gone.
I'm pretty sure everyone who worked for him knows that it's over. Listen, the dude was literally telling people a few days ago, don't give back refunds. If you think you getting back pay, you ain't getting paid. Star-Lord is riding off into the sunset in a beautiful futuristic car that costs more than your home. I don't know about you, but if I worked there, I'd be pretty bitter. And it's all because of one stupid giveaway. Everything happened because of this man's ego. Every single thing. There's no one to blame but him. The way the business was managed, the COO leaving and then the company getting worse, the dude spending more time figuring out how to be cool on Twitch, and it all fell apart because he didn't give some stupid PC to a streamer nobody knew of. All he had to do was one thing, and he still couldn't get it right. I'm gonna show my mother this stuff, and I'm gonna go, see? You thought I was stupid. This man could have been your son. You're so lucky to have me. I'm only borderline retarded. So, Noah lays off everybody, right? It's the end of Artesian Builds, pretty much. There's no coming back from this. There's no way in hell he'd come back from this. I think he's gonna, let the chips fall where they may, probably declare bankruptcy on the business, liquidate it, whatever, get rid of it, and just walk away. But anyway, all of this is going on. And he's still talking to Gamers Nexus. The move to make would have been, hey, sorry, Steve, game over. Just closed it all up. It's done. Instead, he goes,
Thanks. We'll let you know as soon as I can. We have lots of studio equipment, so no need to bring any lights or anything like that. Let me know your favorite foods if you want lunch, or I can make sushi or something. Note from Gamers Nexus in editing. We do not even let companies take us to dinner or trade shows, so certainly not this. These meetings are tense and brief. The tone makes no sense for the gravity of the situation, and inviting us for sushi feels especially bad considering the fate of employees was likely known by this time. It was totally tone deaf, and it feels like either buying favor or misplaced desire to hang out.
Misplaced desire to hang out, Steve. Let's face it, you're a pretty cool cat. I'm going to show him my favorite hangout spots in my sweet cars. Like, Steve, what do you think of my Star-Lord jacket? I can get you one.
Because it's not supposed to be a chit-chatty, like, hey, let's become friends. It's supposed to be a, let's get down to the bottom of this. And you have an opportunity as the interviewee to try and explain things and rectify things and say, I've learned, this is what I've learned, let's move forward. Or obviously to make it worse, another opportunity depending on how you perceived, for example, a Newegg interview. But it felt like the gravity of the opportunity we were affording was sort of lost there. And there was a tone deafness that's conveyed as well in communications with employees and on Twitter and in those apologies, where it's like not quite grasping that this is about the life and death of the company.
It is funny to me, like Gamers Nexus is like, it feels tone deaf. It's totally tone deaf. Yeah, dude. This guy is totally cruising. This is rich kid energy. He's inviting Steve over for lunch, sushi, a car ride. Like, what are you doing? I can understand doing this for a Megan Fox level chick. Like, sure, baby, my company's f***ed up, but let's not let that interfere with what's going on between us and having a good time. It's no big deal. Companies come, companies go. Do you like sushi, baby? Dude, I wouldn't be like acting like this to hang out with Prince. So Noah doesn't tell Gamers Nexus about the layoffs, right? Which is weird because if Gamers Nexus has already contacted you with secret information from people who obviously work there, it would stand to reason he's going to find out about the layoffs. Why the hell would you like pretend like nothing happened?
So Gamers Nexus goes, hey Noah, I heard about the layoffs of the staff. Please confirm if you're interested in talking on camera about the events on Tuesday next week. Thanks.
Noah realizes he's been caught out, so he goes into survival mode.
Thanks for your patience. I suppose that gives you even more of a story. Sad face. If you want to come, you're still invited.
Being like, oh, that gives you more of a story. Oh, I'm sad about that. It's like, no. The response is, I super f***ed up.
Alan agreed to be on with me. You have myself for up-to-the-minute coordination, and let me know if you have any other questions about the trip.
What questions would he have? This dude's flown all over the goddamn world. Then he adds this weird part out of nowhere.
When a company suspends operations, it is possible to resume operations if it receives financial assistance sufficient to cover the debts, as the legal paperwork for anything like that does take time. This statement is in no way reflective of the thoughts and opinions of any of the employees. It is a simple part of the proceedings. This email contains privileged and confidential information and is for the recipient alone.
Somehow, I don't know, I guess Noah either A, forgot that Gamers Nexus made it very clear that this was all going to be on the record.
But it says, when a company suspends operations, it is possible to resume operations if it receives financial assistance sufficient to cover debts, as the legal paperwork for anything like this does take time. Then in italics, it says, this statement in no way is reflective of the thoughts or opinions of any employee. It is simply part of the proceedings. And then it says, this email contains privileged and confidential information and is for the recipient alone. To which I replied, that's not how that works. You don't tell me the confidential things without first asking me if I agree to hold that information in confidence. I've already said this is all on record.
Or maybe Noah figured, shot in the dark, I'll try to like strong arm him a little bit, make him scared to say anything. And of course, it goes poorly for Noah. Extremely poorly. You're dealing with Gamers Nexus, for God's sakes. There's a whole team of people who know what the hell they're doing. This isn't some not online, typically like me. Then, after being completely shut down by Gamers Nexus in the nicest way possible, Noah comes
back with Steve. There's a significant amount of misinformation out there right now. Around 99% of what has been posted is simply not true. I rented a cool car on tour all was. People have dug and dug for anything that could possibly be used to damage me and the brand. Unsustainable hate and death threats have been crushing to read and materially damaging to the brand. I know it's not from Taiwan, but the quote, "A lie can travel halfway around the world while the truth is still putting on its shoes," is very true online. Hence, wanting to talk to you to attempt to put more truth out there into the world. Communication parameters are clear. Don't mean to offend.
The employee said that Noah had a BMW i8 and what was it? A Tesla S model or something like that. So now Noah's saying he doesn't own the i8. He just rented the cool car. But then again, like I'm sitting here like maybe he's telling the truth, but then he's been less than honest throughout a lot of this. That's the problem with not keeping it real with people. They don't know when to believe you and when not to. The best part of this Gamers Nexus video is that Steve, I don't think, has ever really dealt with a rich kid before. It's hilarious to see him trying to wrap his mind around the Noah Vortex, really.
Because I see no more story. Now I am no longer interested in speaking with a person who, to me, and this is something that one of the former staff said too, it feels like it was sort of like a sandbox or a playground for the CEO to engage on Twitch in an interesting way. And that was a great gimmick. Building computers on stream and shipping them to the people who ordered them, that's kind of a cool idea. But it feels like maybe the intentions were elsewhere and not in the end product. So I am no longer interested, I don't think, in having this discussion since the company is now dead.
From what little I learned over the past few days since this Artesian Build drama happened is that this business probably was nothing more than a pet project for him. Something his parents probably helped him out with to maybe teach him some sort of responsibility or help him get up on his feet. You know how people with money are. Oh, my son wanted a job, so I helped him create a business sort of thing. Whereas the rest of us want a job, you end up working at Wendy's or McDonald's. I remember One Peg Gaming saying, a former employee stated that Noah's parents forced him into taking a salary. Can you imagine that? Now, son, I'm afraid you need discipline. So you can only get a $100K a year salary starting off until you can prove you can do this.